I get the money back, and I'd called him and told him I was canceling. She said, I just heard back from everyone. We can only use LabCorp because the chain of custody, Mark is going to his appointment tomorrow, hence where that email to LabCorp and from LabCorp and all that comes in, is he was saying he was still going to go. Now, there's no order like what we had here. So my response was, that is false. Mobile Diagnostics, NetGain, which is the lab based in Knoxville, they do the collection on site. They do legal testing. I called them, so there is a lab here that does legal testing collection, so they do blood draws, and I should have the right to choose. If it's a private DNA, which I was told it is, so if I'm being ordered to do it at LabCorp, then I'm not paying for it, because I don't think that's right. I shouldn't be ordered to go back to a lab that is arguing the validity of a test that is obviously inaccurate on some end or another. I should have the right to an outside opinion. I believe I'm entitled to that right, especially if this is in fact a private test, which what was expressed to me at LabCorp. So if it's not a private test, then I would assume the state will pay for it. You have the right to use a different lab. We would not accept the results is all. That is 100% false. Look up the laws. You have to have a chain of command. That is it. It doesn't even have to be a fucking state accredited lab. Period. It doesn't. As long as there is a command, it is admissible in court. The test we used is admissible in court now because they made it evidence. But outside of that, the only thing we didn't do is have somebody notary it. But I have a witness that was here that watched it be collected, that went and mailed it. Everything like that was done. But I didn't understand that that's what the chain of command was until in like 2022. She just says that. And I'm like, that just don't set right. I said, so being that I don't really know what to do because I'm very confused, I'm not familiar with filing child support on somebody or how the DNA testing works. LabCorp has already started to refund the money, and that's not going to be stopped, which one attorney I spoke with just briefly said to meet them for a consultation. So I would like to take a couple days to meet what options are possible here because I don't know for sure, but there are ones, and LabCorp is definitely a problem. That's one of my main concerns. And then, I feel Mark, there's accuracy and wanting to make sure it was done correctly, so I would think that he would want to take the time to make sure this is done correctly. This is my son's future on the line, and I would hope that I have the option to look into attorneys because I'm assuming the courts don't appoint me an attorney in child support on the matter. I haven't received notice that I have one if I do. So I apologize for the complications of it, and I wish it was easier. But when I have the positive test, I'm willing to fight like this if I wasn't sure, but for the time it's necessary to make sure that the correct choices are being made for the benefit of our son and that his best interest. Is this an issue if I take a couple days since LabCorp is refunding the money at this point? It's not something I'm comfortable with taking my son to do now after the conversation with them this morning. So I don't know where to go from here other than to continue to make a couple phone calls. I do have an attorney that I want to contact and speak with him more regarding it and see what his views are and what's possible. Because he's the one who had told me to get money refunded. So that was what I was letting her know, I'm going to call and speak to them more.